Right, so yesterday I cleaned all these bits up for this alternator casing. Came up really nice. Wet bead blasted, sandblasted, wet bead blasted. Nice. The one things you don't sandblast or wet bead blast is the coils here. I just ran a wire brush across. I have it somewhere. Oh, I've moved it down the other end. Wire brush, bit of paint. Looks nice. And here, again, just wire brush. Take off the rough bits. You don't have to go wild. Clean up the slip rings here. If these are damaged, you can actually replace them. But I also polished up the shaft here, because remember we had to use a puller to get this off. I used the press. But if you look now, that's how it should slip on. See? Lovely. So we'll put this together now. Now I'm not sure of the condition of this unit, but I think it's good. This is the rectifier, but it's dead easy to replace if you ever need to replace it, because all you've got to do is solder 3 wires on and you replace the unit complete. So you can actually refurbish these very, very quickly and cheaply if you can get all the bits. So where are you going to get all the bits from, Mike? Well, you can probably try to get some from your electrical supplier, or perhaps somebody on eBay sells them. But that's it. That's all the 2 units. The coils give actually very little trouble at all. So how do we put it together? Well, we put our little spacers on here, and you say, well, how do I know which way round they go? They're a different diameter, so they'll only go through the casing here and here in one place. So we're going to put that wire through that hole here, like that. Now we're going to try and locate where everything is. A bit tricky. There we go. Up there. Now you're going to say, why is it like that, Mike? Well, I don't know. But what we're going to do is we need to put. Oh, that's the washer. That's the battery positive. Oh, not that one. This one. This one. I'm just going to slip these nuts on for now. Now all the nuts and the small bits and pieces, just clean them up using a little Dremel or wire brush. Easy peasy. A warning light down there. Now we have to put, I'm just putting these on sort of temporary, because we've got to turn this unit upside down, because there is a little screw that goes into there that holds that onto there. Oh, it's our old friend, this 732 things, I think. Right, so that's in. 732s, I don't know what I was thinking of. Now, before we put that back in properly, I think round the edge of here for next time, because you know there's always going to be a next time, we'll just put a smear of white grease on that edge. I should have done it before, but little paintbrush works now. That's nice. Now we can put a little bit of white grease in the bearing. Don't worry if it makes a noise, it's alright, because it hasn't got centralised yet. Another bit of white grease in here. Just like I say, just to stop that corrosion. I'll put a bit inside that shaft. How's that? Now remember, if you can remember, we put a little scratch mark where these are going to be. So there's the scratch mark there. I think that should be here. Let's try it. looks about right. Yeah, there's no scratch mark on there. There's the bush, there's the bush. Which way round does it go in the car? Goes like that. You know, this is the top for the pivot bolt. I'm happy with that. Now we have to play around and get that bolt into there. That one into there. And where's the other one? Do you know, I think there's a bloody ghost in here because sometimes I lose all the bits. We'll start to put the nuts on the ones that we have got available. Oh, there it is. There we go. You know, if you remember, we had to tap those bolts out of here because they're on a spline. I think that's my man just turned up, so I might have to go. Strange bolts these. I don't know what the hell size they are. What size is that? 9. 8. Better. Lovely. Spacer, flingy thing, fanny thing, pulley, little bit of grease on those threads just in case. Nut. Tighten it down later. Now this thing here. Like that. What an knobhead. Now the screws for that. Oh, before we do that, let's put these little standoffs on here. This is to put the shield on. Tighten those up in a minute, but it's just to get them out of the way. This piece here, now that bit there, is that bit, I think that bit goes down into there. Indeed it does. Don't forget to put the wire on. I'll have to go. Okay, so we're back again. So now we're going to install the little brush pack into here. And they will make contact somehow. There we go. That's that. Where's the screws? A little bit of grease on the screws. Yeah, that was a bit too much of a little bit. And there. There. Where's the other one then? There it is. We'll tighten them down with this. Right, there isn't all that much left to do. We've got to put these. So I'm back on this alternator. I had to disappear for a little while. This is about 3 days later. So let's get back to this so we can finish this off. There's the alternator. Let's zoom in a bit. All we've got to do is put these suppressors on. They're really for radio interference on cars and things like this. One went here. Where did that one go to? Oh, it went on here, look. Can't done. No, wait a minute. Got it wrong way around, look. That one went onto there like that, look. Did it? No, it went here. That's it. I got a little drawing, I did a little sketch of how it went together because I've forgotten about it. Yeah, that's it. And then we put the standoff on. It's making more sense, isn't it? You get that. I'll show you in a minute when we get it all done. That's that one. And then this one went onto here. Like that. Standoff. And that one must have gone on to... Where did that one go to? Here? No. Oh, I see. I've got that one slightly wrong. Oh, that's why, because I haven't fastened it up yet. That went like that. Aha, that's better. And then that one went like that. Ah, the things you do when you leave jobs a few days, eh? If you don't do these all the time, you're stuck. Well, you're not stuck really, but so we can put that back onto there. Not a bad little job to do, really. You know, I've done a lot worse. Standoff for there. Where's that one gone? Oh, hiding. Tighten that down. Tighten that down. We've got 3 connectors. We've got a W, D plus and B. B is the battery. That goes to your cable. That goes to your warning light. And I do believe, I could be wrong, but I do believe that either that one or that one has got a pulse on it. Now I'd have to check the wiring and I'd have to check my notes, but I do believe that's the way it goes for your tachometer. Right, so that's done, but is it? Because we've got the cover here, which is a bit buggered. Now we can tap that out, but you can see here this is kind of broken. But I realised that you can actually fix these. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pop this through the sandblaster and we'll come back. And the reason is, I always thought these were aluminium. Well, they're aluminiumised steel. And you can actually solder them. So we're going to put a little washer in here. Just in this piece here, we're going to put a little washer. And then we can use it again. Because I think that's just for a cable tie or something. Or these are universally mounted. So let's see how it would go on the car. That would go at the top. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's it on the 300 TDI. Yeah, that's it. It would go like that, look. There's the bolt there. Oh, you could put a washer on it, I suppose, but it'd be better if we can fix it properly. Right, let's see if we can fix this. This is cleaned up quite nice, but you can see when I've sandblasted, you can see the steel underneath it. And all I've got is a little washer. This is a 1/4 inch one, but it'll do. We're going to just set it in that corner like that. Now, it's not going to be perfectly square because we're going to hammer the bejesus out of it. Now, I'm just wondering whether I can do it with a torch or whether I can do it with an iron. So I've got both. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot better. So we'll leave that to cool down. We'll come back. We'll sand it, sandblast it again. You say, well, it was a difficult repair because there's actually a hole underneath it, so that was a bit tricky. But we'll do that. We'll leave it to cool down, and we'll come back. So it came up not too bad. You know, it's not too bad. It makes a nice job. I've sandblasted. I'm going to paint it in a minute. But before we do that, I'm just going to show you a little detail that when I stripped this down, I peeled off the original sticker and then stuck it back on with some contact adhesive. So that was nice, wasn't it? So let's try this. Let's put it up the right way around so we know which way it goes. And hopefully that will line up, look. See there? Let's put some paint on it. Right, so this is the next day. Paint's dry, and it doesn't turn out too bad actually. It looks nice and clean and presentable. And we can put it on and it lines up. We didn't have to file any holes out or anything like that. I'm just going to put the screws on just temporary because we're going to have to take it off again to put the wires back on when we do the when it put it on the engine. But that's just a cheap and cheerful little repair, and it, you know, I like the covers on it because it protects the back from the exhaust heat. A lot of people miss them off. And a lot of people are going to say to me, Mike, why did you fanny about putting a cover on the back of an alternator when a new one's only 15 quid? Or 12 quid, depends where you buy one from. They're not that expensive. But that 15 quid is going to cost you about 50 quid by the time you get it shipped overseas, should I say. Like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, wherever, it's going to be expensive. And this is the not the point of this thing. We've stripped this alternator down, me and you, and found out all it really needed was a new bearing, and it only needed a new bearing because the inside was rusty, and we thought, well, while we're here, a bearing off Amazon, you get 10 of them for like a tenner. It's very cheap. And the good bearings too, by the way, the PNG bearings are pretty damn good. So that's all it cost us. And the thing is, by replacing the bearings and putting new grease in, you know, greasing them up again, they'll last an awful long time. And it's given us a bit more insight to how these things work and how to repair them. It doesn't cost much, and they are really easy to fix. And generally speaking, all this needed was a bit of a wash and a brush up. And that's a nice presentable item to put back on your car. See? And if it does break down, which it's a Land Rover, it probably will do anyway, but now you can strip it down and you know exactly the cheapest parts to replace. And notice too, when we stripped the back of this down, the brush pack was on the back, and that's the one that gives most problems with these things. So it's only little 3 screws, change the unit and put it back on again, and away you go.